Welcome back to Marketing Champions here on Daily Ad Brief. I'm Howard Walpoff, your host. Again, we're talking about marketing with marketing experts from around the country. Today, we're in Calabasas, California with Tracy Repchuk from InnerSurf International Online Services. And Tracy, welcome to our conversation today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Well, we're glad to have you and excited to learn more about you. So why don't we start with, how did you get started in the marketing industry?
I got started actually in 1985 at the age of 19 when I started a software company. And I was a programmer, but the problem is, like every entrepreneur, right, you have to now sell your services. So I had to learn marketing the long, hard, and expensive way.
Yes, it's amazing when you go into something and you just want to do that thing, but all of a sudden sales is a key component that you weren't prepared for, and now you have to jump in and sell what you're doing to make sure you have the clients.
Exactly.
So obviously it's good that you have a nice long career with lots of experience. How did you start InnerSurf International Online Services?
So originally, it started as a company that was doing training because it was so expensive to buy hardware, right? It was 25 grand for a computer and $8,000 for a printer back in 1985. And then I migrated more towards the internet in 1992. I was at kind of one of the pioneers at the forefront of that. And then I saw, oh my goodness, kind of around 2000, that this is a marketing, platform. Originally, we were using it for electronic data interchange with government agencies and banks and Walmart and JCPenney, and that's the type of work I was doing. But when I saw it as a marketing tool around year 2000, that's where it became InnerSurf Online Services. We were doing websites and search engine optimization. And then, of course, I've seen every permeation of social media and kind of all of the different and various and complex ways that we can now market. When I began my company, you had cold calling, yellow pages, and door-to-door.
Yeah, it is a very different world now than it was then, but then was very exciting. You really were on the forefront of all the different changes going on in the internet world, how people were utilizing and building their first websites, and the evolution away from the yellow pages as a means to get those eyeballs in front of some sort of an ad. So when you're working right now with clients and you get them in that first meeting, what kind of questions are you asking to learn more about their story and how you're going to help them tell it?
Yeah, the first thing I look at before I even meet up with a client is their entire landscape of what's on the internet, right? What is their social media? What is their website saying? Is there a brand alignment? Do we have a disconnect? Are they where they need to be based on their messaging and based on the apparent target market they're going for? And then I get into the meeting and then I ask them what their goals are. And so they might lay out a goal and I'll say, well, that in my perspective, it's super simple how to get you there because your messaging doesn't marry to that at all. We're going to change your messaging, do a brand alignment, get you on the right social media platform. So that's kind of how it goes. I do the listening and then I've pre-done some research so I'm prepared for filling the gaps because, from where they are to where they want to be, in between is a marketing gap. And so I'm there to fill the gap depending on whatever service they need. And so we assess it from there and then we begin our journey.
And it's definitely a journey for much greater success because they're working with you and really have a better vision of how to get that message out there. Now, with the changes that you've seen, obviously you've seen a lot of changes over the course of time and know that marketing does change as time goes by. What kind of changes you see or have already started to implement with your clients that really is the next stage of where marketing is going?
Well, what we're doing now is, I always keep the fundamentals in. Okay, so of course we're going to continue to build a YouTube channel, and we're going to make sure keywords are search engine optimized. on all of their content, and we're going to make sure the brand aligns with social media. I try not to change any of that while we're always on what we'll call a little bit of the bleeding edge, right? And that, of course, is influencer marketing. So some clients I'll look at this for, depending on what the goals are. Are they looking for likes, comments, a bigger channel presence, or are they looking for leads, sales, and website hits? Because those are two different things. So if they're looking for more of a CEO positioning, then we'll look at some influencer marketing. If you're looking for some real numbers, then now we have to go and take a look at some ad-based marketing.
Well, it definitely sounds like you have a really good system and a good plan that implementing the things you're doing now, the things you see evolving over the course of time, and really keeping your clients really up to date of really where they should be and how to get their story out there. So we really thank you for sharing all this with us, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Howard.
And thank you very much as well. You really do need a plan. You do need a system. You do need to know how best to tell your story and to get it out there. It's not just going to come to you. You really have to use these digital channels to get your message across to the right audience. There's a lot more information about InnerSurf International Online Services here on Daily Ad Brief, so please check that out. But go out, have a great rest of today, and we'll see you next time on Marketing Champions.